In this dramatic chase, Marvin angrily escapes the surveillance, while Choke, unable to withstand more, starts attacking Achan, forcing the brothers into a brotherly duel. Achan knows his brother is weak. Before leaving, he tells him to care for girlfriend Kaio, who jumps off the bridge and goes to the mansion with Kaimu. Back at the mansion, he discovers through a video that the long-lost Abai is now trapped like a little animal in a cage, ignored no matter how much she begs. So, Marvin gifts Pupa a foreign house and urges him to move out of the villa ASAP. Marvin decides to live the dream retirement life and plans to partner up with his old business ally Pupa to completely crush Pupa's position in the company. However, a disheartened Pupa asks his wife to sell old stocks to ease financial pressure. When ready, he finds Tong's life is at stake. Pupa's move is just to maneuver his wife Ella into transferring her shares to him, thereby enabling him to overtake Marvin and reclaim control, leaving Kai stunned by her husband's coolness. Kai feels out of control but complies reluctantly. Meanwhile, Kai feels down not seeing her boyfriend for long. She sees her brother Choke kiss and silently hug her, making Kai sense Chien's trouble. Though she thinks all's collapsed, Ella now stays daily by her son's hospital room, first feeling family's helplessness. At this particular moment, the sister-in-law informs Ella that she is able to find a suitable heart for Shade, which prompts Ella to embrace her gratefully. However, the very next minute, the sister-in-law abruptly changes the topic to shares, hinting that Marvin seems to be planning a lavish party. The massive need for manpower, Abin is released after being tormented to the point of madness, ready to snap at any provocation. Despite Keem's pleas, he has no appetite. Choke anxiously waits outside, watching his brothers face their fate under elite family pressure. He can only watch his 7 brothers die and his girlfriend endure captivity. Choke is too ashamed to face Abin. Keem doesn't yet grasp his silent suffering. When Marvin flips through his father's desk, he discovers photos of Keem, causing a pang of discomfort, and he immediately calls for. He delivers an ultimate insult, saying, "I want to shoot you. I can do it better than my father ever did." This deeply wounds Keem, so he rallies everyone Marvin has bullied to orchestrate a wild revenge at the upcoming lavish party. Just when Pupa thinks he can stand toe-to-toe with Marvin, he faces fresh humiliation, unaware of the shadows Marvin has cast over him. Subtitle: Pupa's power, functioning like a double-edged sword, eventually leads to his downfall, and now Keem senses the final glimmer of hope deep within his heart. Kyle hopes to pick fine wines for Marvin, but can only quietly plot revenge, reluctantly taking his shares. He's not just an expert, he's fighting for his boyfriend. He will do everything for his boyfriend's future. This devoted man is willing to give everything for love. In reality, Kai can only choose to endure Marvin's intimidation and fight against his fate. She obediently follows Marvin around like a devoted puppy. Meanwhile, the maids are put on a boat to serve Marvin's clients, something he never saw coming. Foreign client Carlos chats warmly with brother Pupa. Marvin just awkwardly chuckles aside. In a bid to reclaim his spotlight, Marvin concocts a more sensational plan after discovering Carlos' interest in Keem. He immediately uses Keem as a bargaining chip, urging his brother to play along. Keem at this point pleads with Marvin to let him go, but gets overlooked. Helplessly, Keem allows Carlos to take him away while Marvin shrinks back to please Carlos. The motorboat is set to head toward the fireworks, and Pupa joins in, while Marvin doesn't want to waste time. Marvin allows Pupa to tag along, and once they are away from the crowd, he dramatically reveals his code, something he's always been aware of. While Pupa despises his father and plots against the jewelry group, a twist of fate occurs: the motorboat explodes nearby. Pupa and brother Choke are rescued, but Marvin is now missing, and thinking back to earlier, Choke was originally ready to confront Marvin. Pupa stops him and personally pushes Marvin into the pool, and due to the poor quality drink, Marvin lacks the strength to fight back. Thus, Marvin sinks into the water, while Pupa jumps into the boat and orders Choke to detonate the speedboat. As rescuers presume Marvin is doomed, they miraculously pull him out, a moment full of twists. Marvin quickly consults Pupa for strategies, while Pupa makes swift decisions on how to respond. Joel will accuse himself upon waking, so Pupa rushes to the ambulance, learning Marvin is taken to the nearest hospital. Pupa angrily insists they must take his brother to the city center hospital, with the doctors cautiously trying to reason with him. Pupa silences the doctor with his Rolex, while medical staff scramble to give Marvin oxygen to keep him alive. Despite their efforts, Marvin ultimately passes away, leading Pupa to reflect on being bullied by his brother in their childhood, Wiping away any feelings at Marvin's funeral, Pieper mourns and contacts the estate lawyer to remove all obstacles. The lawyer informs Pieper that Marvin's shares might have been tampered with, causing Pieper to rush home to deal with his grief. Pieper confronts a grieving Ella, demanding, "What is going on here? Why did you hand me over? Why don't you give me? You gave me to me. Why? Old chum, what's the issue with your very own rifle?" Pieper believes he has removed all obstacles and can finally show his true self, but the breakfast is just too bland. Therefore, Pieper unleashes his anger on the cooks and demands a complete overhaul. Without even waiting for the will's reading, he contacts his father's main competitor to negotiate a deal as the largest shareholder. Meanwhile, Kaima arrives at the police station to request a reopened investigation, while Pieper exposes hidden truths, hoping her husband can weather